In this video, we are going to be looking at the InfoTrac collection database. As you can see, I'm back here on the library homepage again. And just like with Research and Context, we need to click on the Research Database link here on the right of the screen. And now I'm at the Research Databases homepage. The InfoTrac icon is the very first one, so I'm going to click on this. Alright, a couple of quick things to understand about the InfoTrac collection. First of all, if I kind of scroll here, you're going to see a lot of blue links. I want you to understand that each one of these blue links represents a different database. Some of them, as you can see, are very specific in topic, while others that are towards the top of the screen are more general and cover multiple topics. The other thing that you're going to see is that there are multiple databases already pre-selected, and we are going to go with those pre-selected databases. You'll see that there's a find box here, but I'm going to tell you that I never, ever want you to search from this find box. And the reason for that is because it's a very limited search, and you don't have access to all of the different search functions and features. So you're always going to click on the Continue button to enter the InfoTrac collection. Alright, so now this is what the home page of the InfoTrac collection looks like. I am going to be showing you 3 ways to search within InfoTrac. The first thing that we're going to look at is found here on the home page on the bottom left, and it's called the Topic Finder. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the link for Topic Finder. Alright, you can kind of see this water wheel here. And in order for you to see how this works, I'm going to type in just my general topic of bullying. It takes a minute to search because it's literally searching tens of thousands of articles. Alright, so now once it loads, you have this wheel. Your topic, think of bullying as being in the center. It has given you some broad categories related to the topic of bullying. Okay? Since your focus is how bullying impacts teens, I'm going to click on this high school link to narrow it to bullying and high school. Once I do that, I want you to watch what happens here in the results screen. Okay, so now that I've typed on high school, see here that it says there are 58 articles about bullying and high school. And you can see that your search term is highlighted. The other thing that I want you to see is it does give you a little bit of a summary of that article. I feel that it's really important that you take the time to quickly glance at those summaries because they're going to help you determine whether this is an article that you actually want to go into and look at. Alright, so I'm seeing crime and violence, school shootings, bullying contributes, bullying puts teens at risk, etc. Maybe I decide, okay, there's a lot of stuff here about violence. I don't know if that's the direction I want to go. I can still narrow this further. So I come back to my wheel, and I see that I can look at boys, aggression, specific to Columbine, research bullying behaviors, or school shootings. All right, if I think about my essential questions, bullying behaviors would be useful information for me to have. So now, notice I only have 17 articles about bullying behavior. Bullying can be prevented. The extent, have the right to be protected. I'm looking at this, and I think I want to look at the connection between bullying and suicide. One of your essential questions is, what is the impact of this on teens? So I believe that this is going to show me one of the impacts. Alright, looking at the article should look very similar to you. It displays exactly like the articles did in Research and Context. So again, we can see that our search terms are highlighted. So just like in Research and Context, I'm taking a look at my search terms, kind of seeing to what extent it is in here. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm seeing a lot of instances of my search terms. I'm also seeing these headings that tell me there can be some connections to my research terms. Okay. While we're in this article, I also want you to take a look at the tools and see that the tools are exactly the same as they were in Research and Context. Something that I didn't show you and mention in Research and Context is this listen button. In both InfoTrac and Research and Context, it is possible to listen to the articles. So if that is something that would be beneficial to you to listen to the article and take notes while you're listening, I highly suggest that you would consider doing that. Okay, so what I want to do is just remind you how I got to the topic finder. I'm on the home page. I clicked here on topic finder. I typed in my base search term, and then from that I used the wheel to narrow and focus my results into more specific information. So that is the topic finder, and that is one tool you may decide to use. The second tool that we're going to look at, again, we're going to go back to that home page. And the second tool that we're going to look at, the second way that you can search, is by the subject guide search. All right, so again, I am going to type in just my base search term. I'll use anorexia for this search just so that you can see a variety of examples. So I've typed in my base search topic and I've clicked the search button. Okay, a couple of things that I want you to notice. Here is my search term anorexia, and right here it is telling me that there are 5,441 articles about anorexia. That is way too many articles. Notice the term subdivision with the plus sign. I'm going to click on the plus sign next to subdivision, and I want you to watch what happens on my screen. Okay. Remember the 5,441 articles that we had originally. What just happened to those articles? You look at what I'm displaying on my screen. Okay? Hopefully you are recognizing that by clicking on that plus sign next to subdivisions, it broke the topic of anorexia into down into all these different subdivisions. And then it divided this 5,441 articles into the articles as they relate to the subdivision. So if I want to know about the causes of anorexia, which again relates to one of your essential questions you need to answer, I'm just going to click up on causes of and look at those 40 articles. All right. I can go back to my search results and go, okay, besides causes, boy, I need some information about, maybe the history is going to give me information to answer essential question number 1. What is this topic all about? Some history, some background. As I keep scrolling, patient outcomes is going to give me some information about treatment. Can people be cured from this? I see risk factors. So again, by using this type of search, the subject term search, I am going to get my topic all broken down into more specific topics for me. I'm going to look for those topics that relate to my 6 essential questions, and I'm going to look at just the articles that relate to that. So again, it's a way to make your search more specific and more narrow, which will be really helpful for you in dealing with your essential questions, because none of us are going to look through 5,441 articles. All right, so again, back to the home page. That was the subject guide search, and that's the second way that you can search in InfoTrac. Okay, the third way that we're going to search is the advanced search. So I'm coming up here and I'm going to click on this link that says advanced search. Again, this screen should look very similar to what you saw in Research and Context because it is the advanced search. It is the same search. Just like Research and Context, and is your default Boolean operator because most of the time we're trying to narrow our search. But if we do need to use or not, clicking on the down arrow is going to bring us to that. Alright, so for this search, I am going to use the topic of depression. So I'm going to type my base topic in my first search box. I am going to click treatment into my second search box. And I'm going to click teens into my third search box because, again, my focus is how this subject impacts teens. And I'm going to click on the search button. Okay. We haven't talked a lot about what kind of content you can get in the InfoTrac collection. InfoTrac collection is made up primarily of magazine articles, which is the default, so that's what it's showing me first. Academic journals, books, and news. Sometimes you will get video links, sometimes you will get audio links and images, but these four are the primary content types. For just a second, I want to talk about the difference between magazines and academic journals. Magazines are more common. They are the typical magazines that you would subscribe to or that you might go to Barnes & Noble and purchase. So they're things like Time, Newsweek, Sports Illustrated, Rolling Stone, People, Scientific American, Science. Magazines are written for average, everyday people to read and learn information from. Academic journals are articles that are written by experts in the field for experts in the field to read. So academic journals are going to be more difficult to read because they are going to have the vocabulary that is common to that profession. So if you think about doctors, Journal of the American Medical Society is going to be an academic journal, and it's going to be more difficult for those of us to read who don't have a medical background. So for this assignment, you guys are going to focus on staying in magazines. All right, what I want you to notice here, though, is I still have 1,339 magazine articles. Now, I'm seeing some articles here at the top that absolutely would be useful to me. So if that's what you're seeing, and you feel like you can work from these first articles to answer some of your essential questions, that's great. The other thing that I want you to notice here is if I'm looking on the right, and it's further breaking down my topic for me. So I see youth, and I see that there's only 108 articles about youth, so I'm going to use this to further narrow and focus my topic. So I'm going to click on youth, and now I'm only looking at 108, and if I look now at my articles, again, I'm seeing a lot of when depression hurts your teens, dealing with depression beyond the blues, depression, do you have a friend in need? I am seeing things that are more focused on teen depression, so they're more likely to help me with my answering my essential questions and give me information about teens rather than adults. So at this point, again, I'm going to look at the article. I'm going to take a peek and see how frequently it looks like my article is here. I'm going to look at the headings, and in this instance I'm seeing statistics, I'm seeing telltale signs of depression, different kinds of depression, so I'm automatically seeing some information that is going to help me with my essential question 1, essential question 3, and there may be others as well. So that is telling me that this is an article that I want to pursue. Alright, so just a quick summary. 3 searches: Topic Finder, Subject Guide Search, and Advanced Search. Chances are you will find that one of these works better for you or makes sense to you, and that is absolutely the search strategy that you should use in the InfoTrac collection. Thank you.